everybody, I'm Corey.
And I'm Greg.
And together we're Pirates of the Polynesian.
True.
We've been having fun over on our Instagram account, chronicling our love of Disney, and we thought it would be fun to do a YouTube channel talking about that.
Yes, and I know absolutely nothing about this, so I'm sure I'll be corrected about things not to do in YouTube videos that aren't cool or what have you, and that's why this one is here, to balance my old madness.
I was going to say, if you're worried about being cool, you should just stop.
Doing anything?
Now.
That's fair.
So,
we are engaged, by the way, so
yeah.
This is how much she enjoys my presence.
Yeah.
You were saying?
I was saying. So we thought for our first video it'd be fun to do a little 10 Disney-related fun facts about us. But before we get into that, we should probably tell you a little bit about ourselves.
Yes, so hopefully that you'll care about us. I'm Greg. Grew up outside of Chicago, and we would drive down to Walt Disney World in Florida with the family a number of times. So I grew up going there and fell in love with the parks through there. Did not go to Disneyland until I was in my 20s. And then only a couple times. So I don't know that very well. But I know Florida, back in my hand.
And I'm the exact opposite. I grew up in Southern California in San Diego, about an hour and a half south of Disneyland. So we went to Disneyland all the time when I was growing up. Spent several birthdays there, and I've only been to Disney World once in my 20s, and that was with him. So I know it not as well as I know Disneyland. Yeah.
True stuff. That's also a fun fact, but it's not in our 10. So
No.
Be prepared.
Yeah.
For number 10.
Which I guess I can get into now.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so my first Disney fun fact is that on my very first trip to Disney, I punched Mickey Mouse right in the nose. In my defense, I was a year old. He was a big scary mouse, and he was coming in my face, but still punched him in the face. And my dad has never let me live it down to this day. Anytime we go.
So there's no footage of this, though, right?
There's no footage.
Which is very unfortunate.
That I know of. Maybe there is. My dad filmed everything.
God help us.
Did you just pause? Someone
I thought you were going to continue your story.
No, I thought you were going to finish your sentence.
That was my sentence. God help us.
Oh.
Period.
I thought it was an ellipsis.
Oh.
Like you were going to Tiny Tim it. God help us, everyone.
God help us, internet. If anyone has footage of this small child who was blonde at the time punching Mickey Mouse, please, send it. piratesofthepolynesian.gmail.com at Gmail. That's the URL, not an email address.
Yeah. What's your first Disney fun fact?
Well, I think that takes us into number 9, which is we are both much too young to remember our first trip. There is evidence of this. No video of mine.
How old were you?
Less than 2. I don't remember anything. I think it might have been when I chased after Donald Duck and lost my family for a bit. At least that's the lore that's been handed down. And I probably threw up because I was always getting sick.
That's also a story for another time.
It's true. It's a whole other video.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, going into first times at Disney, your family has pretty cool. This is number 8, the way for keeping track.
Yeah, so my father had the distinction of being one of the first kids in Disneyland. Not the first, but during the first opening week, they were on a trip in California, not to go to Disneyland, I believe, just happened to be there, and it was opening, and so they went. And I don't know how much luckier you could have gotten as a child in the 50s.
How old was he?
I want to say 13.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It's in my blood. Thanks, Pop. Which brings us then to number 7, which is one of Corey's.
My favorite hobby is drawing Disney characters. I started drawing later in life. I was about 17 or 18. It was after I graduated high school. And I started just doodling. I think my first ever one was of Ariel and Eric. And I have since, that was the birthday card I made him. Yeah. Yeah, I have since honed my skills a bit. I think if I could have any job in the parks, it would be to be one of the artists that sit in like the galleries in downtown Disney and draw characters for you. I think that would be really fun.
That would be really fun.
Yeah.
I picked these two because pirates, Polynesian. Then, number 6, I can't draw worth anything, but I've always loved Disney, which is why we're here, and in a nerdy way, which you can probably already tell. So in 8th grade, in our yearbooks here, class of 96, do the math, we had to do our, what they call personal prophecies. And there's a lot of normal ones in here, you know, like doctor, accountant, nuclear fusion conservation specialist. But then down for...
oh, that's really in there. Okay.
It is. And then down at me, I don't know if you can see that, but Disney World employee is what I said. And let me tell you, that definitely did not get me made fun of more in, puberty times. So, but then I ended up fulfilling that, I'm happy to say. I don't know if anyone else did. I doubt he became a nuclear fusion whatever specialist. And then I did the college program in 2003 and got my diploma here, or certificate of completion, saying that I worked manual labor at Aloha, making them Dole Whips. And this is a bee that my roommate Moto drew me, and I kept it because it's amazing.
Well, you had to graduate from the college program.
I did have to graduate from the college program. I got my ears. I did graduate from actual college as well, but obviously this was a lot more meaningful and has been a lot more useful than a degree in political science. And then I did also come back to the parks and work at Port Orleans with my father to bring it all full circle with my family, and at Hollywood Studios. Yeah.
So I did not do the college program, but bringing us to number 5. For those of you who grew up in Southern California, and I think they do this in Florida, but those of you who grew up in Southern California, this is a thing. Grad night. Basically, all the public schools in Southern California buy out Disney for a couple of nights, and like schools get assigned a night and you go. So I got to go to grad night at Disney, which for anyone else who's done it, in the comments below, let us know. Was it also the weirdest experience of your life?
Why was it weird?
There was like dance clubs set up, and half the rides were closed. So the couple that were open, I remember I waited in line for Space Mountain for like 2.5 hours. And that was most of the night. We went on like 2 rides.
Were there snacks?
I don't recall eating anything. I did lose my favorite.
You lost your favorite.
I lost my favorite jacket. In like the first 5 minutes I was there.
Was it on Space Mountain?
No, it was like going to the bathroom.
This is a story I've never heard.
First time for everything.
That's true. Very, very good. Number 4, unless there's anything else you'd like to say about your grad night.
No.
I don't know what else you lost. Oh. Wasn't trying to make that joke, but it worked.
Didn't lose that.
Number 4, while I was on the college program. This is 2003. I got to do 2 cast previews, which were very exciting. And the first one was Mickey's PhilharMagic, which you may have heard of. And I was working in Adventureland at the time at Aloha, so they let us go. We were on the clock, so I got paid to go to Mickey's PhilharMagic. And so I got this nifty card that has fun facts to tell the guests about.
Did you get to do any other?
That's right, also opening then was Mission Space in Epcot, which could not be as far removed from Mickey's PhilharMagic as possible. And that was something. I went with my roommate Moto, the artist of the Bee cartoon, and it pretty much wrecked me for the entire day. From what I was told, they actually toned it down from the cast previews because so many people got sick. So the version that was released to the public, which has still made many people sick, including myself, is actually a toned down version of the original.
And this is before they then added the blue, right? Because it's orange.
Yeah, whichever
blue.
the color. I don't remember which color is which.
The light mission.
Yeah, it was just one. It was just one, and you spun, and God help you.
No. It's funny because PhilharMagic is my absolute favorite thing. It's my number one choice thing to do in Magic Kingdom from the one time we went. And Mission Space is the one thing I will never do again, even if you gave me money to do it.
That was rough. I wish I had video of her face when you launched in there, because I looked over and I immediately thought our relationship was over, and I was already planning on how awkward it was going to be to get home.
So that was like the second day of our trip, and we still
Right.
had like 7 days.
Right.
So
thankfully
I recovered and I
Still
didn't
here.
die in that chair, which I definitely thought I was going to.
didn't die, didn't puke. So
Thanks.
kudos.
There are very few rides I feel like I deserve like an I survived shirt from.
If that merchandise does not exist, someone's missing out.
Call us, Disney.
Yeah.
We can work
Yeah.
something out.
Yeah. So brings us to number 3.
Yeah.
3 is a fun one for me because I like to try to do elaborate gifts when I can think of them, but I don't usually have much money. So for Christmas 2019,
2019.
I decided that I would try to recreate Trader Sam's within our spare bedroom, and I
I'll
think I
insert
did a pretty
some.
good job.
Yeah, I'll insert some pictures. But yeah, there's a reason that we recreated Trader Sam's, and that brings us to number 2.
Right.
And that is that our very first date, was we drove an hour and a half from San Diego to Disneyland and went to Trader Sam's.
Yes, I said, young lady, there is a tiki bar where you order drinks and then wacky things happen, and it's at Disneyland. Do you want to drive all the way up there and go? And she said yes.
To be fair, we had known each other for a while. We did work together. I didn't just agree to drive an hour and a half with a complete stranger. For
true.
those that were worried.
I've been trying to woo her for some time. There's a lot of wooing happening without much result. But then drove up to Trader Sam's, and it was magical.
Yeah.
I don't remember anyone's name there. Skipper. Are they skippers?
Yeah, they're skippers.
Skippers, yeah. But thank you for some delicious drinks.
Yeah.
However, the real fun fact from that
Yeah.
is that it resulted in us getting banned from Disney property for 24 hours, which should probably take a little bit of explanation. Now, we
Yeah.
didn't do anything terrible,
No.
to be clear,
No.
but it is on our permanent records, apparently,
Yeah.
that
So,
we were banned. Do you want to explain why? Should I explain why?
I mean, it was all PG. PG-13. But, you
Nothing
know,
terrible.
nothing terrible, but it was January. January, that's important. It was chillier. It was a chillier evening. We had some beverages. So we were trying to be smart. So we sat in the car in the parking lot to try to sober up a little bit before driving home. But I quite liked this one. I think you liked me.
It's a
So
lot of wooing that led to this.
so there might have been some smooching.
There was smooching.
There was smooching.
There was smooching.
But in January, when it's chilly and you're in a car, the windows fog. And a concerned parent thought more was happening in the car then.
Is that what it was? I thought security just saw us.
No, a woman that was like walking past
Oh.
reported us. Yeah, at least that's what the lady I wound up talking
Oh.
to said. Yeah,
Yes, I didn't know that
yeah.
because we were taken out of the car individually.
hmm
I
I got to go with the lady security guard.
was taken by the gentleman security guard who
Mhm.
took our IDs and then grilled us about what was happening and if we knew each other for real or if I just randomly picked her up at the park, which was a disturbing thought to me.
Yeah,
And then by the end of it, we all had a good laugh.
yeah. But it would have been really awkward if I.
Yeah, if that had not, because because we were interviewed separately for quite a while, I feel like.
Yeah, it was at least 5 minutes.
I feel like it was a lot longer, but who knows?
Yeah.
And then
I
we
kind of
got
black out when I'm getting in trouble. So.
it's true.
Mm-hmm.
So then we got back in the car, and then I was so tense, not because of what had just happened, because I did not know how she was going to react to that, and if we were going to laugh about it, or if that was the end of everything. And yes, would have been a very long, awkward ride home.
Yeah,
But thankfully,
it was hilarious. So.
yeah. And now
Yeah.
a great story that we're talking about
6 years later.
6 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then that brings us to our number one Disney-related fun fact about us and why maybe you should follow us.
Subscribe to this channel. Keep watching.
Yeah, those things that everyone always says to hit. Hitting those things.
Everyone
Because
points in the wrong direction too.
I feel like no one ever knows where it's
Yeah.
actually going to be at, and
Yeah.
then it's different places on different devices, right?
Yeah.
Click my video over here, but it's never over there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So number one. My drum roll. He's the drummer. I should not have done the drum roll.
that's cool.
Okay. Number one.
Number one.
We're moving to Florida.
Well, not immediately.
Yeah.
But next year's plan in the late spring, probably early summer, to move to Central Florida and potentially work for Disney. If not work for them, certainly go and play in the parks and shoot videos and pictures and just have
Yeah.
all the fun times.
Yeah. Probably. We are currently in Chicago, Illinois. Right now, we did not say that.
It's true.
We are in Chicago, so we've got one more winter to survive. Dreaming of Disney, and then
Yes, if there will be any question if we're moving after another harsh winter, I don't think this one will let that stand. So, yeah. So if that sounds fun, and we seem fine, kind of.
kind of fun. You're cute. I'd watch you.
Back at you. Oh, I should have been doing this. Maybe that's how I should have wooed you. I should have made a YouTube channel, and then I should have sent you the link, and you'd have been like, yeah, now you're talking my language. Internet. Opportunity missed. Then, yeah, find us anywhere at Pirates of the Polynesian, or comment below, or you can email us at piratesofthepolynesian@gmail.com.
Yeah,
Got it right that time.
yes, you did.
Or go to piratesofthepolynesian.com. All the internet things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hope to see you real soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.